Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here then welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm finally sitting down and doing my top makeup recommendations for that super glowy pearly summer makeup look which let your skin peek through. It's not full coverage, it's very lightweight on the skin, at the same time has some bronzy eyes going on, and you're going to feel your most confident self. Trust me, this is one of my favorite looks to rock during summers, and this also lasts like a really long time. Okay, of course I'm going to start with primer first. My top primer recommendation for this season has to be the e.l.f. Power Grip 4% Niacinamide primer. Of course, if you have the original version, that also should work just as well. Now, why I love this so much is because it of course makes your makeup last really long. I've used this in so many different occasions where I had the full possibility of my makeup melting off, but it has held through the entire time, which is why I'm recommending this in the first place. And secondly, which is like an added bonus, is that it also just gives a very nice boost of hydration and like a super glowy base to begin with, which is everything that I want. So this is basically a 2-in-1 primer. Now if you have the NYX one, the electrolyte one, it's not the same, guys. I did not purchase this for the longest time thinking it's the same, and for some reason the NYX one does not work on me as well as this one does. But I can confirm now that I've tried both, they are not the same. This one definitely is way better than the NYX one, but I understand that a lot of people do not like that resistance that you feel when you're applying this. I have heard some people complain about it. So if you're one of those and you don't want to feel that tug on the skin when you're applying this, then you can also check out the Daily Life Forever 52 Glow and Prep Makeup Primer. Now this one has that very nice jelly texture, has snail extract, and it's super runny, and again this provides a burst of hydration. Of course, it does not give you the same glowy effect as the e.l.f. one does. e.l.f. is much more glowy on the skin. I'll give you side-by-side comparison, but again, like I said, if you do not want to try e.l.f., then you can definitely check this out. This also solves the same purpose of giving you that hydration and really preps your skin well before you move on to the foundation. Lasting power wise, I don't think this does anything special, but that's something to consider. Of course, you're gonna want to wear some strobing cream, illuminating, highlighting liquid stuff, and for that my top recommendation to this date has to be the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I have this in the shade light medium. Now I have noticed that this just glows differently, you guys. I have so many strobing cream, of course, but the reason why I reach out to this so much more than others is because it just, like I said, is very pearly. You know, it's very beautiful, reflects the light in a different way, which is super flattering, and I cannot recommend this enough. I'm sure a lot of you guys have already tried it, but if you still haven't, check this out. But for whatever reason, if you're looking for something different, something new in the market, then we also have the K-Beauty Illuminating Liquid Bronzer. I have this one in the shade Champagne. Now this one can be either very natural on the skin or very metallic, depending on the quantity you use, and I think this looks best on your skin when you blend it with your finger. My top base recommendation, and glow wise, I think it gives a very nice subtle glow to the skin if you use the right quantity. Do not use too much, it can look a little bit metallic, which is something to know about this liquid highlighter. But if I have to choose one and recommend only one, of course I would recommend the e.l.f. Halo Glow. But let me know if you guys have tried this and if you like it. My top base recommendation has to be the new Maybelline Superstay Lumi Matte Foundation SPF 16. I'm in the shade 128. Now the reason why I love this so much is because, number one, the texture of this is so liquidy that it blends in seconds. Like 9 out of 10 times I am running late and this foundation really comes in handy because it blends in seconds. And then the second important thing that I love about this is how weightless it feels on the skin. It really feels like I have nothing on the skin. There are so many days that I've forgotten that I've applied foundation because it just does not feel like a foundation. I have no feeling of this on my skin whatsoever, which is something I absolutely love about this. And again, it gives you very nice light to medium coverage. You can build this up, but just the kind of coverage you want on an everyday basis where it does not look cakey or heavy. Everything about this I absolutely love. Again, I've worn this during hot summer days. I actually attended a wedding. I was wearing this and I had this on full day and it lasted me throughout the day. I had of course paired it up with the Power Grip primer, so maybe it's a combination of these two as well, which is also working great. But I just have to recommend this. If you still haven't tried it, check this out you guys, it's quite nice. For my concealer, I have a super affordable version which lasts all day long. This is the Insight No Smudge Concealer. I have done a full video on this, swatching it, talking about in detail, but it really is one of the best concealers I've tried from Insight, especially at this price range. I don't think anything can come close to the quality this is offering, the coverage this is offering, the blendability, the lasting power, you name it. Everything this concealer has already got, and I can vouch for this now because I've worn this throughout the day and I have not noticed that progressively it's starting to look cakey or dry on my under eye, with so many concealers too, which is why I would 100% recommend this. At this price range you cannot get anything better, I think. Now for the purpose of this look, of course you don't want to set your entire face, maybe only on the areas which crease or tend to get oily. For me, of course, the under eyes I have to set, so for that I've been using the Daily Life Forever 52 Deep Bake Translucent Loose Powder. This one is in the shade purple, and again I've compared this to my Huda Beauty powder as well, and this one performs just as well. It's super smooth and blurring on the skin, does not even look like I've applied any powder, but at the same time it just makes my makeup set in place, which I love. And of course if you want, you can do like a fine setting mist just to take down any powderiness if there's any. So yeah, check this out, really good. Blush, I think I have to give it to the Pac X Sara Collection Dewy Liquid Blush in the shade Turkish Delight. With this one I've noticed that if I blend this with a sponge, everything just gets absorbed and then there's no dewiness left. So what I like to do with this is I apply like 2-3 dots, blend most of it with my finger first, and then if I think that the shade needs a little bit more blending, the color in fact, then I would go in with a sponge and blend this out. I think this way I get the best result with this blush. I see the dewiness as well, otherwise the dewiness is just gone if I blend with my sponge. But once you apply this the right way, this gives you the most beautiful pinky hue, which just looks perfect for this season. For bronzer, I was a little hesitant in including this because it's on the expensive side, but I have to say this just tops the list. But this is in my travel makeup bag. This is what I use on an everyday basis as well. I'm talking about the Rare Beauty bronzer stick. This is in the shade Always Sunny, and something that I really like about this is the undertone of this, like you can see. So if you just swatch it, you can see that it's almost like neutral to slightly cool tone, ever so slightly. But once you start to blend this out, you can actually see the warmth in this shade as well. Let me show you. Can you see? Once blended, it gives you that beautiful bronze look, which is just the kind of look I want for my summer makeup look. It adds the definition, it adds the bronziness, so it basically again is like a 2-in-1 product. After I use this, I don't use any contour product whatsoever, and once you blend this out, it sets into this powdery finish, does not move as much. As you can see, that cream is gone and only the powder feeling is left on the skin. Is super long lasting again, and I know for a fact that once I run out of this, I will repurchase, because I've been using this from June of last year, yes, and I still have half of the product left, so a little bit goes a long way with this. Now after using so many products, you might not feel the need to add any powder highlighter, but if you're looking for something super pearly on the skin, which gives a finish like this, is not chunky whatsoever, then you, my dear friends, need to try the ColourPop Super Shock highlighter in the shade Lunch Money. Look at this. It also says that it's pearlized, which is such a apt description. I was just reading about it, and that's exactly what I've been saying about this highlighter. And it's again like a cream to powder finish. You really just need a tiny bit. Takes a little blending, but once it's all blended, it gives the most beautiful pearl finish to the skin. This again is quite unique in my collection. I don't have a highlighter which quite gives this kind of effect. I really like using this for special occasions because this is actually quite there. It looks like I have done, or I've added something extra to my skin. So maybe not for every day, but if you really want to get this look, then you need to check out this highlighter. Let's move on to the eyes now. I have very few recommendations, but you really do not need a lot, especially with this kind of look. My first recommendation has to be from Gush Beauty. It's their I Like It Stack eyeshadow palette, and I have this in the shade Summer Sundowner. You can see that there is a little bit of a dent here on the first shade because it's so easy breezy. A nice fluffy brush like this, I grab a little bit of this, dust it all over, and immediately the puffiness that was so evident before in the morning is gone. It just camouflages the eye puffiness super well. But anyways, this is what I have on my eyes even now. So what you get is a nice transition shade in the first compartment, and then in the third compartment a deeper transition shade, and then in the second and fourth compartment you have shimmer. So this is the first shimmer, and then this is the last one. Now this definitely has some chunks of glitter, but I have it on today to show you guys, and this last shade just takes it up a notch. And it's again like one of the perfect palettes to have during the summer. It's compact, it's tiny, you can travel with this. All 4 shades are complementary. Once you pair these together, it looks nice. If you don't want to pair these together, just 1 or 2 shades, also it looks nice. I love this. I really do. I feel like more people should talk about this because they're not just offering cute quirky stuff, but there's quality as well. It just looks stunning on the eyes, you guys. That's all I have to say. And if you are into bronzy eyeshadows, then you need this in your life. Now let's say you want some variety in your shimmers, then I have got another very affordable palette from Swiss Beauty. I cannot believe that this is so affordable, and the kind of quality you're getting with this is unreal. They come in 3 different variants. I have this in the shade Shimmer and Shine. So if you guys have watched my Blue Heaven cookies and souffle swatch video, I had one of the shades from this palette on my eyes. I think it was this one, and even I was amazed because a super affordable palette like this one has given me that high shine, almost glossy looking finish on the eyes. For today's look, I have tried the orangey one, and I definitely think that this is a little bit of a duochrome. It has that orangey yellow hue to it, which again looks stunning for this season. If you're looking for super metallic high shine, something that just can give you that wet looking finish on the eyes, but you don't want to spend a bomb, check this out, you guys. For my eyeliner, instead of black, I have a brown liner recommendation. Again, this is something that I've been using from the past 2-3 weeks, and I absolutely love how it pairs together with anything bronzy on the eyes. Of course, you can just do brown eyeliner and it still looks great with black mascara, but if I do any bronzy look, I pair it up with this brown liner from Inside. This is their waterproof eyeliner. The lettering has rubbed off because I've been using this non-stop, but again it goes on super smoothly. It's quite rich and pigmented, and again it's just softer on the eyes. It looks or gives you that very soft girl vibe. With this eyeliner or this kind of makeup, you pair a nice feminine girly dress, it's gonna look so stunning. Anyways, I'm digressing and going off topic. And ultra affordable. This is from Inside and is so long lasting. Like, I come back home after my work, 9-10 plus hours of having this eyeliner on, and it's still there, has not budged whatsoever. So highly recommend. Now for my mascara, of course you can go with any affordable mascara that works and does not bleed, but one that I've been loving is Max Stack. It adds so much volume, so much length. Currently this one is new, but I love the formula on this. Once it dries a little bit more, and then this is just unbeatable. I don't think anything comes close to the effect I get once this has dried down a little bit, but this is what I have on my eyes right now, and it looks super stunning. I've never been a expensive mascara girly, but this one has changed the game for me. It really has. This is my second one and I love it. For the lips, I am sorry, I do not have any bullet or liquid lipstick recommendations for you. I'm just not that girl anymore. I still wear liquid lipsticks from time to time, but I just love me some juicy, glossy, tinted lippies. So the first recommendation I have for you guys is, of course, it has to be the LA Girl Glossy Tint Lip Stain. I have 3 shades. I have the shade Divine, which is my go-to everyday kind of shade. I have the shade Lovely and Sheer 90. I'll give you swatches of all 3, but this one is quite opaque. Like, just one swatch and it gives a very opaque finish. It's super high shine, but the shine does die down in about I would say 30-40 minutes, but one good thing is it does not settle into the lines or look crusty or heavy once it has settled on the lip. Especially as someone who is dealing with perpetually dry lip, it bleeds and everything, I have to be super careful with the kind of lip products I'm using on an everyday basis to not aggravate the situation. So this one works quite well, and again the shades are quite flattering. Almost all the shades I have currently have that purple tone, so just keep that in mind if you're not in purple. And then of course my second recommendation has to be the Romance Lasting Water Tint. So many times when I wear this, you guys ask me, you know, share your collection, but honestly you guys, I'm just wearing one of the 3 shades from this. I also have another shade, Vintage Ocean, but for some reason I have misplaced it. I don't know where it is. Now these are slightly less pigmented than the LA Girl one, but if you do like nice 2 layers of this, you are going to get full pigmentation. And this one, I think the shine lasts a tiny bit longer than the LA Girl one, at least that's what I've noticed on me. But again, once it settles, it's not drying or creasing on the lines of your lip, it's not making it chapped. Essentially you can just pick up any of these, whatever floats your boat, and depending on the shade, I think both of these are quite nice. And another thing that I really like to do during the summer, essentially because I'm, you know, reapplying one of these lippies throughout the day, I just rub it off, because these do leave a tint behind. Tint wise, the LA Girl do leave a prominent tint than the Romance one, but both of these do leave some sort of tint behind. I apply a nice dark lip liner, and then I do a nice clear gloss just on the center, and that looks equally as good as any of the lip color that you will try. So yeah, these are my top recommendations for that pearly glossy skin that still feels like skin, is super lightweight yet super long lasting. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, then please give this video a big thumbs up, really helps me out. Subscribe to the channel, you can click on the bell notification right next to it. You can follow me on Instagram right over here, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.